Hello, what's going on? Let's just make sure the volume is good. Hello, 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 hello. Let's just make sure. Gotta make sure. Okay, we're live. We're live. All right, what's going on, guys? What's going on? We're gonna have some fun. If you're brand new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I do come here probably between 2 or 3 times a week. I do a live session here. It's supposed to be five, but you know how that goes. But today, I don't usually do Saturdays, but this topic right now, I feel some level of anointing and it's coming to me in this moment in time. And I feel like if I don't do it now and I have the time, today I was just kind of relaxing, Memorial Day weekend. I just feel like, why not come and hang out and talk about driving for dollars? Okay. And there's a very good chance that if you're hearing this and you're already bought into the strategy driving for dollars, you may get a rude awakening today, but I'm going to try to be as objective as possible. I'm not just going to be straight up. There's a video that was released 4 hours ago, about 4 hours ago, by a gentleman called Cris Chico, who teaches basically Facebook marketing. He teaches Facebook marketing, direct response marketing in general for wholesale real estate, investor real estate, and how to find deals and stuff like that. I actually like his content. I like his content. It keeps it real. And sometimes when he's trying to be politically correct, I could tell too, because I don't know why, but probably because I have a vast experience in the business, 15 years, of course. So probably I can detect when somebody is not authentic or when they're authentic. And I also have room to be wrong. It's okay if I'm wrong sometimes, and I'm very okay with that. And I ask you that you're okay with me if you find that I'm wrong today or you feel like I'm wrong. But I also want to ask you to be very objective with the presentation we're going to have today. We're going to watch the video together. I'm going to respond to the video, but also we're going to go into the comment area, because some of the best, most valuable content you're going to find is when you respond to other people, where you respond to how they feel about certain things. So the guruship, the duruship, whatever they want to call it, right, is it's kind of like it's infantry when it comes to real estate investing and wholesaling. So it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it may seem, because I've also been a part of another niche, the MLM network marketing niche, online biz up niche, and it's really really nasty in that arena. Like, everyone is a guru because they're teaching everyone to become a guru, and sometimes you don't know what to believe, you don't know who's telling the truth. But even while I was in that world, I always told people, just do your own studies. It's kind of like, if you're a Christian, read your own Bible and make up whatever interpretation you have out of these things. Come up with that, and that's probably the most valid of all of it, because it's speaking to the God inside of you. But I don't want to get religious here. Without any further ado, I want to spend some time. If you have some time, hang out with me. If you need to bookmark the video, whatever you have to do. But this video is going to be one of the most important videos on this channel, because it will give you clarity on where you should put your focus, where you should put your energy and your resources and your time and your money. Because at the end of the day, you have all of those four things, and you have to be very smart on where you invest them. Because if you're not, you will waste more time and you may get frustrated out of the business prematurely. And that's not what we want, right? All right, great. So I have this video. So driving for dollars, for those of you that don't know what driving for dollars is, let me define it. Let me just explain what that means to you. Basically, you need to understand wholesale real estate before you understand drive for dollars. Wholesale real estate is essentially the heart and the science of finding deeply discounted properties and then turning them for profit. So finding the deeply discounted property is actually impossible unless you find the people that are in control of the property. So you need to find people. It's not about finding properties. I mean, there's a ton of property on your way to your house, on your way to church, on your way to school. So it's not about the addresses of all those properties. It's about the people, finding motivated sellers that are in a situation where they have to get rid of a property because the property is bad on their financial books, right? So, and there's a lot of them, but they're not majority of the houses you will see. Hence, the need for marketing, hence the need to have large amounts of data to be sorting through, and professionals. My brother was actually reminding me of that. My brother is my business partner. His name is Shola. If you followed us for all 10 years we've been online, you know Shola. Basically, he was reminding me yesterday that professionals, they sort, right? While non-professionals are obviously doing everything else. They're trying to sell. Okay. So non-professionals are busy selling. We sell anyway. But when you understand that it's easier to kind of sell when you sort, when you have large amounts of data, the game changes for you. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Okay. It's a video by, his name is Cris Chico. All right. And he has another channel where he teaches Facebook marketing and direct response marketing all together. So we're gonna watch it together, and hopefully you can hear it, and I'll respond to anything he says. It's 10 minutes, and then we'll analyze it together. And if you have any comments, any opinions, feel free as well too.
Today, I'm driving for dollars. You know why I'm driving for dollars? Because YouTube needs another damn video from somebody else teaching you how to drive for dollars. And the question becomes, and this is the question that I get all the time, is Chico, are you driving for dollars too? And you know what? The fact is that
All right, everybody is driving for dollars, right? Everyone. I mean, are you driving for dollars too? Like, it's almost like I'm about to say, I hope so, because you're about to build a business, right? Actually, I hope not, but let's keep
I've
going.
never driven for dollars. I don't like driving for dollars. I think it's dumb driving for dollars. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though you've seen some videos for me that I teach you how to drive for dollars, I did that because I said, you know what, everybody's doing a driving.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's dumb to drive for dollars, but I see where it's coming from. Okay. Sometimes I do feel like saying that. But of course, you know, um, to be a little bit politically correct, some people are beginners and they have to get burnt. They have to have bullet wounds over them over their body before they realize that some things don't work. It's just some people's journey, right? All right, so let's keep going.
Dollars video. So I need to do a driving for dollars video. And, if you got nothing else to do, then yeah, that you do that. But if you got other skills, if you got other capabilities, if you got, you got some other ninja skills, okay? Many that you don't know, many of you don't know that I am a Puerto Rican Navy SEAL. I'll tell you about that.
Now, he mentioned something. He said, if you have nothing else to do, right, then you can drive for dollars. So that's a really really deep question for you. Like, really, do you not have other things to do? Basically, is your time that small in value that what you want to do is drive around town for dollars, right? All right, so let's keep going.
In a second, but if you're a Puerto Rican ninja and a Navy SEAL like I am, then you could do other stuff. You don't have to do driving for dollars, okay? But I don't like driving for dollars. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you, I even wrote them down because I don't want to forget them. And I want to tell you the reasons why I hate driving for dollars and how I would avoid it at all costs if you are a real estate investor. All right, let's get on with it.
Now, he said, if you are a real estate investor, that is very, so you have to read between the lines. Okay, it's not saying you're a deal finder, it's not saying you're a birder, right? It's saying if you are a real estate investor. He didn't say if you're a newbie, he didn't say if you're experienced. Okay, by the way, most experienced people, not most, all of them don't drive for dollars, so keep that in mind. Okay.
Day for this, by the way, Puerto Rican Navy SEAL. You know how I became a Puerto Rican Navy SEAL? It's easy. They have a correspondence course. You mail in, you get the course, and really the course is 2 questions. They ask you 2 questions. Okay, number 1 is would you ever kill a man? Number 2 is would you feel bad about it? And if you answer those correct,
would you ever kill a man? Number 2, would you feel bad about it? Those are the 2 test questions to become a Navy SEAL. Those 2 questions really messed with my head. And I want you to think about that too. I'm not going to tell you what my conclusion is on what an answer will be, but those 2 questions really messed with my head. But go ahead. So if you're battling in your mind if you should drive for dollars or not, if you've been doing that for a while, it's not your fault, okay? Just keep going. It's not your fault. You're not alone, okay?
Then you are a Puerto Rican Navy SEAL. I became one. So there you have it. All right. Number 1, why I hate driving for dollars is it's slow and rudimentary. It's like the Flintstones. And what I wrote down here is that, look, with all the technology going around, all right, with all the capabilities that we have, we have Facebook ads, we have direct mail, we have skip tracing and RVM and text blasting and all this other stuff. That's all you could do is drive for dollars. Come on.
That's all you could do? Drive for dollars? Wait. He says slow. Number one reason why he hates driving for dollars is because it's slow and rudimentary. Okay. Now, I want you to keep in mind, gurus naturally they have been taught to keep things as simple as possible for, and you should do that. And I try to do that to keep things as simple as possible. I don't assume that people are advanced as I am, and I actually need to do more work of that. But sometimes some things just don't cut it. Some things straight up just doesn't make any sense. But I need to be aware to say to me, because that's not necessarily to everybody else. Because even my own brother and partner, we disagree on this. The only part I always remind him that is wrong is that he's not driving for dollars. So why would he even disagree with me on this? But again, that's why it's a little tricky, and that's why I think we should analyze it. So today, I'm actually not going to tell you what to do, but I want to give you enough information so that you can make your own decision on what you want to do. Okay. And not just based on that one out of 10,000 people that have a testimonial of closing a deal. There's always that one out of 10,000 person that will close the deal, of course. Maybe one out of 1,000. Maybe it's actually one out of every two people that drive for dollars. Or like the guru of deal machine himself said, one out of every 200 you close a deal. Like, yeah, right. I wish if it was that simple, everyone else would be doing it. Let's keep going.
That is so rudimentary. It's like so the Flintstones. It's like the year 2019. So can we do something else besides driving for dollars?
That's very important.
And I know you guys
2019.
Say with Cris Chico, I don't got anything else to do. I really don't have the budget for anything else. I think you do. I think you do. I think personally, if you have no budget, there's probably chances that you can look at your budget and you can extract money from it. You're going out at night, you're spending money.
That's very important. Most reasons why people say they want to drive for dollars, or why some people support it, is because of low budget. Okay. I completely disagree with the idea of low budget unless you live in a third world, right? Now, if you don't have any money to invest in your business, then what you should be doing is have a job for now. For now, as a stepping stone, okay? You should have a job for now as a stepping stone. If you do not have enough budget, if you don't have two, three, $400 to spend on your business in any given month, the first thing you should do, all right, if you're trying to get to that step over there, you have to sometimes set up stepping stone to get there. And for me, driving for dollars is a setback. It's a setback, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, so the reason why a lot of people give the reason that a lot of people give is low budget. No, you don't have low budget. Your priorities are just not straight. Your priorities are not clear. You want to make money in real estate, but you're not sure that you're willing to do what it takes. That's just what that is. And like you're saying right now, you probably need to move a few things around to have the budget for marketing, for the tools you need to get going. Or you simply don't belong in a business, right? Because either you like it or not, even if you do driving for dollars, you're going to spend money on brakes, on gas, on time. I know for a fact minimum wage is at least $10 in your state, right? So at least your time is worth at least $10 an hour, right? So I know for a fact that your time is worth a lot more than $10 an hour. And because of that, I know for a fact that the least effective way to use your time is driving for dollars. No one is analyzing it this deep. And that's why I want to do this session so we can both talk about it. Let's keep going.
You're wasting money. You're buying a
worse,
CRM
wasting time
that you don't need. You're paying $300 per month for a CRM because you think it needs to be automated, but in the end, you're just wasting your money. You should be taking that money and putting it into paid advertising in order to generate motivated sellers. That's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth, but I'm not going to argue about that. So it's slow and rudimentary. Why would I want to do that? I always thought, well, gee, if I want to talk to 50 sellers this month and make 50 offers, then I'm going to, in the past I used to do direct mail. Now I'm going to do Facebook ads. But you can do so many things to get yourself on the phone with motivated sellers as opposed to driving for dollars. So anyway, that's number one. Number two, forget about virtual wholesaling. You can't do virtual wholesaling with driving for dollars. Why? Because you got to be.
Virtual wholesaling means you can wholesale anywhere in the nation. Every wholesaler should be a virtual wholesaler. Period. Point blank. Why? Because the tools are there. Because motivated sellers don't care if you're in front of them or not. They just want to get rid of a property. And it doesn't matter what state they're in, as long as you could legally make money in that state, then you can do deals there. Because, oh, you can't be there in person, you need to go. Well, you have partners. There's partnership all over the place, right? But you can't do that if you're driving for dollars. Okay? Let's keep going.
Be there. Forget about even being there. Like if you're in an area where, let's say that the areas where are the most investor activity, they're far from you. So now, like you've got to run all over town in order to be able to do driving for dollars. But most importantly, if you're in a tough market, you're in a market where it's very competitive, you ain't gonna do no driving for dollars. Why? Because what are you gonna do? Get on the plane, book a Southwest Airlines flight, and go drive for dollars in another market, and then come back? No. I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but you wouldn't believe all the ridiculous ideas that I get all the time from people.
He gets all these ridiculous ideas from people all the time when it comes to marketing. Here's the thing, okay? It happens in every market. Anytime there's a surge, right? A surge in the business idea. People start coming up with all kind of gimmicky ideas. That's where driving for dollars came from, by the way. That's where it came from. Any strategy works. That's a fact. Okay. Let's keep that in mind that all strategies work. So that's not the real argument. The argument is the effectiveness, the efficiency. Even when you're broke, dead broke, is that the most effective way for you to build this business? That's the real question and the real argument here. Of course, some people got lucky. The more you talk about it, somebody's gonna get lucky. Okay. The only problem is that you don't know how many out of every 1,000 that's getting lucky. So you don't know the odds against you. Basically, you don't know. You don't know your numbers, and you're trying to be a business person. Well, we got a problem there. Okay. Let's keep going.
But anyway, you can't do virtual wholesaling. So for me, why do driving for dollars? Number three is not consistent. Okay, consistent paid media.
Number
paid
three is not
marketing.
consistent.
Again, Facebook ads. If you're going to do direct mail, if you're going to do RVMs, if you're going to do cold calling, there is consist. There are metrics.
It's not consistent. Another way you can look at that is that it's not predictable. Okay, there are marketing strategies that are predictable. Some marketing strategies are more predictable than others. That's a fact of life. Okay, some people say, "Oh yeah, but it's all it's all a chance anyway." No, 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 it's not. It's not just all a chance. Okay, some are more predictable than others. The more predictable it is, the more you should move in the direction. Okay, of that strategy. The less predictable it is, the more you should move away from that strategy because you're giving yourself ultimatum to quit on yourself. You don't have, he used the word, I don't know if he used it already. He said driving around town aimlessly. Basically, no goals, or at least no target goals, right? If you're building a business and there's no way for you to target a particular goal, right? Because there's so much not predictable, well, you have a higher chance, obviously, of failing. Is that really what you want? You want higher chance of failing, or you want to see data, you want to see analysis, you want to see analytics where you can say, you know what, this is how much I can do. But I know somebody threw out the number out there, and the person says, is the owner of deal machine, he threw out the number out there saying one out of every 200 becomes a deal. Okay, when you finish writing down the 200 hours, please remind me if it becomes a deal or not. Okay, but I doubt if anyone's going to remind anyone. Everyone is stuck on that one story of a person that closed their first deal from driving for dollars. Again, not predictable. Is it doable? Can you close a deal from driving for dollars? Of course, you can close a deal from anything. You could sit down in your house and somebody will bring a deal into your house without marketing. Does that mean it's a strategy you should go after? Of course not, right? So let's keep going.
You can apply to each of those particular type of ways of getting sellers that now you can predict what the output is that you're going to get from each of those. With driving for dollars, no, just drive around aimlessly all over town,
Aimlessly.
getting a bunch of addresses, and then you're going to go ahead and go to the public records department. You're going to go ahead and jot down all those addresses and jot down the property information, the owner, the mailing, and everything else. And then you're going to go ahead and skip and all blah, 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 and all that other stuff. And so at the end, is there anything going to come of it? No. If you're lucky, maybe you get one or two calls of people.
He said, if you're lucky. That's very, very important to remember. Okay, luck and hope are not marketing strategies. Just keep that in mind. Write that down. Luck and hope are very useful in life. They are essential in life. We all need some luck, some hope, but they're the worst and most horrible, the most ineffective marketing strategy you can ever apply in your business. And driving for dollars sound like it to me. Okay. As a matter of fact, knocking on doors, which I do not encourage either, is better than driving for dollars, because at least you're burning some calories and you're not wasting gas and all over the place, and you can decide to quit if it doesn't work out. But with driving for dollars, you're actually wasting money that you cannot track back to revenue. That's the problem with driving for dollars on a personal level. I'm not talking about enterprise driving for dollars. We're going to talk about the difference between driving for dollars enterprise and personal. If you're my audience on here, you have no reason, you have no excuse, you have absolutely no excuse to ever be driving for dollar personally on a personal level. We're going to talk about what it means for the driving for dollars enterprise, okay? I can tell you about that and negate the driving for dollar personally, because I don't have any interest in selling deal machine app or any other app for that matter. I don't have any interest in doing that. Okay. And to be honest with you, I could be politically correct. I don't know if the guy is going to call me eventually later and say, hey, hola, here's an affiliate link, sell it and just edify driving for dollars all day long and sell the app. I don't know if he's going to do that, but I don't care, because to be honest with you, my niche, I teach people the real stuff. Okay, I coach people the real stuff, and that's where my joy is, and that's where I get the most results from. Anytime I try to follow the gimmicky thing or try to say because it's politically correct, it just always backfires. And he mentioned it also. He said he did another video on driving for dollars where he thought everyone was just talking about it. I might as well just talk about it too. No, 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 no. I've done that. I've made that mistake before in the past too. Is the worst thing to do for me personally, because it eventually is like bad money. Okay, if I make money from something like that, it's always backfire. It just doesn't work out, or it doesn't last long enough, or it's just another way to take my focus off of my mission and my purpose, which is to tell you the truth, what's working in the business, and give you the real deal on how you're going to have not just profitable business, but sustainable profit. Meaning you can be here for a long time, beyond any recession, beyond any shakings in the business or in the marketplace. All right. So let's keep going.
You know what? If that's all you got, that's all you got. But it's like a hail. It's like a hail mary. In hell, and I'm not a sports fan by any stretch of the imagination. I'll have to tell you one story about why is it that Chico is horrible when it comes to sports. By the way, one time I did try out for the FIU baseball team as a walk-on. A story that when I tell it to people, they're like, "What? What did you do?" You let me know if you want to hear that baseball story. I do that.
Nah,
in one of my
I don't care
videos.
for the baseball story.
Anyway, so driving for dollars is like a Hail Mary. Every so often, someone's gonna catch the ball. But man, if you ran your football plays based on Hail Marys, it's gonna be a tough season for you. So that's why I don't like driving for dollars. Let's go to the next one.
Next one.
Temporary.
It's temporary.
If you're going to do driving for dollars, you're doing it because you feel that that's the only option you have, and so you're going to spend a lot of time, energy, and effort, and eventually, if you do get that Hail Mary to come through, and you end up getting a deal, then
if you get lucky, which yes, some people will get lucky.
Now you got to start from square one at whatever you do. So whatever time and money and energy you invested in the driving for dollars, at the end, you're going to let it go because it's not scalable.
So I sent this video to my brother and business partner, who is more in favor of driving for dollars, by the way. The only problem is that he doesn't drive for dollars, okay? And and he said, oh, he's biased, because he sells Facebook marketing. And then I told him, I said, but all of the gurus, including him, none of them drive for dollars. So at least somebody is telling the truth, right? Somebody is encouraging what actually works. He's talking about Hail Mary, getting lucky and all this stuff. There's a reason why the top producers, not just the gurus or the YouTube influencers, right? There's a reason why none of the top producers drive for dollars. None of them. Okay. None of them. Now, if there's a way you can duplicate and have many people out there driving for dollars for you, of course, you will increase your chances of getting lucky, but you waste other people's time, meaning people that the retention rate will be extremely low, right? Because they'll find out that this doesn't work, and one of them is going to get lucky. It doesn't work. He's going to quit anyway. He made $1,000. He made a quick $7,000, whatever that is. But then it's not. Remember, it's not predictable. It's temporary. So one of the comebacks that my brother had is that. Well, the point is that first deal. Well, here's the problem with that. Your first deal, you're supposed to make your first deal from a from a strategy that you can scale up. If it works, you want to double down, right? If something works for you, you want to do it over and over again. But you may say, "Oh yeah, but I can just hire people to do it." Really, right? Again, the chances that you're going to close any deal ever from driving for dollars is slim to almost none. I said almost. It means you can get lucky. You may be one of the 1,000 people, one out of every 1,000 that get lucky. But I guarantee you, 100% of people that do some kind of direct response marketing or at least a proactive cold calling will close a deal for as long as they don't quit. All right. But it's not 100% of people that drive for dollars that will close a deal. That's a fact. Okay. How do I know? Because again, when you drive for dollars, you're not talking to people. You're just writing down addresses that's already available online. You're just wasting money. We're going to keep talking about that, right?
Anyone that you see out there doing any sort of deal volume, they're not doing driving for dollars. They're doing paid media. They're doing direct mail. They're doing
Facts.
Facebook. They are doing cold calling, RVMs, and blah
Facts.
blah blah. You know the deal with
Mass
with
marketing.
all the different strategies. But at the end of the day, they are using paid media because that's what's worked. That's what's scalable. So what ends up happening is that in the end, you have to, all the work and time and effort you put into whatever system you got to do driving for dollars, at the end, you ain't going to do it anymore. So you're like, why not spend time, energy, and effort on something that you feel that is scalable, that at some point you can...
Scalability is key.
I'll tell you an example. That it's kind of like a quasi driving for dollar-ish kind of approach, but evictions. I teach evictions in my Flip Anywhere Academy, where you go in and you look for the landlords that are currently evicting tenants. And in some counties, I think I have a video on YouTube on that. And some counties, I do have a video on that. In some counties, you can do this online. So instead of driving for dollars, why not go in and get a list of the evictions in that particular area? You write down all the addresses from the evictions, and then you will then go ahead and send them a letter, send them one of my blind copy postcards. Maybe you can skip trace it and get the phone numbers and call those people. That is a better qualified list. Yeah, you are doing some legwork.
So one of the case that people make is that, oh, you get to a property before anybody else, right? You get to properties that is not listed on any list already. That's one of the ways that the apps are selling their app, because they say, hey, you have access to this list of people that no one has access to. You're deceiving yourself. Okay. First of all, everyone has access to every property in United States. That's a fact of life. Okay. Oh yeah, they don't have access to it when it's vacant. Or somebody used the word pre-vacant. What is that? Again, people are coining terms just to sell you stuff. Okay. There's nothing wrong with selling stuff, by the way. I do sell stuff. Okay. But again, the idea of just creating gimmicky terms just to sell you stuff, I guess it is what it is. It's sales. I'm not gonna knock them for their hustle, but I'm just trying to. If you're watching me, I'm gonna make this clear to you. You're deceiving yourself, or somebody just deceived you. If you think you have access to a list or a particular property that no one else has access to, that's why you must have options. We're gonna talk about that. So let's keep going. I was trying to make sure that. Okay. Come on, Chico. Chris.
Work, but it sure beats going around and driving around all over the city with your car. So that's the thing. So listen, can you do driving for dollars? Yes, you can. If you've got no money at all, I mean, it's just like, man,
I don't believe you don't have any money at all. Find a job if that's the case.
Then
first,
fine, then do driving for dollars. But if you got
this is real business.
Something, if you can squeeze a lemon out of and pull some money out of that, then do something else. Implement another strategy that you can focus on, that you can get to work, that will also scale. So that way, as you get better with it, as you make more money with it, then now you continue to hone your skill in that particular category. I did that with direct mail when I first started. I did a little bit at a time, and then when it hit, then I focused on it more and more, and I could scale that. And that's what I'm saying. And that is my message for today. And because, okay, listen, I'm going to do a public service announcement. I'm going to plead with all the gurus and all the wannabe gurus and all the guys that don't call themselves gurus because they think that they're not a guru. And
they're guru. Come on, man. They're guru. Stop shading.
But they're a guru because they're selling you stuff. So that it's like this. It's very messy. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to plead with you. No more driving for dollar videos.
Well, I just did one now, so sorry.
There's like 4 different varieties. If you do something do something interesting. Like maybe what I should do, you let me know if this you might find interesting. I think this would be pretty cool. Why not do a driving for dollars dress and drag? All right, I go drive. This would be interesting. I tell you what,
That's
if I
stupid.
get enough comments and likes, I might consider doing that. A driving for dollars dressed up in some sort of costume, like a Batman in drag or something.
I mean, they might as well do that, right? You ever notice that anybody that's teaching you to drive for dollars has a camera following them when they're driving for dollars? See, I'm talking about driving for dollars, but you don't see me driving for dollars with a camera following me, right? Have you ever noticed that everybody teaching you to drive for dollars, when they're showing you how to, they have a camera following them? Maybe you should think about that twice and then use that as a background to determine if that's a strategy that you should put your resources in. At the end of the day, you're putting resources into that, and you
Like
might as
that,
well put your
and
resources
you're
in the
going
right
through
place.
the neighborhoods that we normally go through to drive for dollars, dressed in a very interesting costume. You tell me. I want you to tell me what costume you'd want me to wear, and if I get some good ideas, I might consider doing just a driving for dollars video, just like
We're
that.
in drag.
Okay, I think that would be
That's
interesting. You
just
let me
dumb.
know. All right.
Now that's
Listen,
dumb.
I feel, as you can tell, I've had a lot of coffee again today. Got to get down on the coffee, and I feel fairly in a good mood. So that's my joyous attempt here at a video to tell you why I don't like driving for
Wow.
dollars. And
I don't like driving for
that is
dollars
it.
too. I
So
gotta
hey
be honest
guys,
with you. I
make sure
don't.
that you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, make me a comment, tell the world about this channel. If you
All right. So here's the deal. Let's talk about this. Okay. I'm also gonna go through some comments that will be a lot more clearer because I can read it and you can hear me better. So sorry. I apologize if hearing that was a little bit rough. Okay, but let's talk about that. Driving for dollars. I was a little bit I stopped going after it for so hard again. I have a book here called Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. Make sure you download it. Go to smartrealestateWholesaling.com, and you can also get it as a bonus with Real Estate Money Secrets, right? But inside that book, I was very straight up. Driving for dollars doesn't work. I was very straight up. But in recent times, it's just a bunch of people coming out of the woods talking about driving for dollars. Then eventually, I found out that, oh yeah, they're selling an app, right? Okay, now here's the thing. Driving for dollars enterprise, if that's what you want to engage in, meaning you're hiring a bunch of people with an expectation that your retention is going to be almost 0%, meaning some people will drive for a while, they won't drive, but as long as you're perpetually marketing to to as a recruiter to recruit these people, then you will close deals, because obviously it's not just based on your personal time. Now that's smart, okay, but that's not driving for dollars. That's basically hiring people to bird dog for you. That's what that is, okay? But they're calling it driving for dollars. It's not driving for dollars. That's called bird dogging. That's people going about their way and they find a house to send you the address. They make a little bit of money for sending you quality, or they make money when you close the deal, commission, a little 10% commission of whatever your net is, right? That's not driving for dollars. So when I say driving for dollars, I want you to be clear. I'm talking about driving for dollars. Personally, you call yourself an investor. You want to build this game as an investor. You know for a fact that wholesaling real estate investing business is not a joke, but you want to drive around town for dollars. You're deceiving yourself, basically. You're deceiving yourself. So now the app that everyone is selling around, Deal Machine, I think it costs $97 for the personal to drive around for dollars for yourself. That's going to be a waste of money. I'm just telling you. Now, if you get their enterprise level, see, I'm promoting them now. If you get their enterprise level and you want to hire, perpetually hiring people, make it your own marketing. That's your own marketing now. Perpetually hiring new people to be driving for dollars, and then you want to give them free account on your enterprise account, then that's just scaling. That's leverage, okay? All day long. I'm not gonna knock you for that, but just keep in mind that's not driving for dollars. That's just basically having a bunch of bird dogs sending you deals. That has always been there. There's nothing new about that, okay? But of course, you increase your chances of closing more deals because there's a bunch of people that you're not even keeping track of that are joining your marketing on Craigslist, and they're doing that for you. That's okay, as long as you understand that there's still marketing and you have to work hard at scaling that, just like any other marketing, just like you would do Facebook marketing, just like you would do if you were doing cold calling and you're running a call center, just like you would do if you were doing direct mailing. That's scalable. The one thing that's not scalable in life is your own time. You only get so much time. That's it. Okay, maybe real estate too. There's limited amount of real estate, right? That's why real estate is valuable. That's why we're able to make money in this, right? So I just want you to keep that in mind. So let's go back to driving for dollars as a person. Personally, you want to spend your time. You're telling your mother to start driving around for dollars, because a guru or guru says you should do that. You want to rethink that. And the idea of rethinking that is you're still going to put resources in gas, brakes, your time, which is worse, right? And you're going to put all that resources where you could put that same resource, right? And rechannel it into a place where it is scalable. That's what we're talking about. So I'm not saying one is right or wrong. I'm just giving you ideas of your resources. This is resource management is a big part of what I do in my coaching. You have to understand that at the end of the day, you're going to put resource in this if it's going to work for you. Where you put that resource would determine how fast you get to the money and how good you can scale it, how predictable you can do this business. So some of us, I was so happy to see Cris Chico's videos because I've been talking about this, but it's not a popular talk. It's not a popular talk because there's so many people coming into the game. They're jobless and they're just looking for a way to make a killing, a deal as fast as humanly possible. So they are attracted to the idea of free, anything free YouTube University. There's so many people coming to the game. It's nothing wrong with that, but you will pay your dues, either you like it or not. You either pay with your time or you will pay with heartache or with something. If you choose not to pay with money, that's completely up to you. It's a matter of choice. But I tell you right now, leverage always win. Here's why. Because all day long, you see that burger store on the corner of your house, the one that makes the best burger, will lose all day long trying to compete with McDonald's and Burger King. You know why? Because they understand leverage. Leverage is the name of the game. Okay, so that's why D4D, driving for dollars, enterprise, deal machine enterprise account, which is $300 a month, does not fall in this category. If you're trying to hire people off of Craigslist that don't care about real estate investing or wholesaling, they just want to make a little few dollars here and there. They want a chance and they want to drive around for 2 hours, and see if they pick up something and then you send them random money. I'm not talking about that. If you understand that game, that's still leverage and you can leverage and you can do that, but you're still spending money that you were trying to avoid. That's the point. Okay. So let's keep going here. I want to go through some of these comments here. Okay. That I see here. Somebody said, I don't drive for dollars, but I do get others to drive for dollars for me. LOL. Again, that's leverage. That's not driving for dollars. That's quote unquote driving for dollars enterprise. That means you have other people doing it. Those other people, hopefully, they're not people trying to compete with you. Because if you get people in the business driving for dollars for you, they're gonna quit because they already know how much money is in this. And if they don't get that money fast enough, they're gonna quit. Again, that's why zero retention. You can expect almost 0% retention rate from all the people you're recruiting to drive for dollars for you. You can expect that. So it must be an ongoing effort. You must be posting every day on Craigslist trying to get people through that funnel to drive for dollars for you. Never you personally driving for dollars. But keep in mind that, but that's marketing basically. The marketing effort you're trying to avoid, now you have to do it. Okay. Learning how to scale a business that you were trying to avoid, now you have to do it. There's no avoiding it. Like I said, you have to pay your dues. Okay. Somebody say you don't need to write any addresses down. It's called technology. It's about to teach us, right? It's called technology and apps called Deal Machine and driving for dollars. See, that's a big mistake. Okay. So Deal Machine, basically you take a picture. That's what I heard. You take a picture, right? I don't use it and I don't sell it. And people that tell you they use it and they don't use it, they're just selling it. That's all that is. Okay. So I don't sell it. So I can tell you my truth about it. Just my truth. If it resonates with you, good. If it doesn't, I completely respect that. Okay. Now, the idea is you take the property address. Okay. I mean, you're in front of the property, you snap a picture of the property, right? And then basically the property will knows your geolocation, and basically it will pull up all the property record, tax records of that property, and then including the mailing address of the owner, and then you can choose to mail from the app, right? Well, guess what that mailing from the app is going to cost you? Money. Okay. Guess who's making that money? Profit from that money? Deal Machine, the owner, the creator of Deal Machine. Yes. So just keep in mind again, for the most part, the person making money with the deal machine or driving for dollars is a person who created the app. They're making the most money, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you never find this window, this video, okay, or this session. All right, so it says apps called deal machine, and you don't need to write down any address. No, you don't, and that's the best part about the app. It kind of like knows your address, it stores it, and then you can export it to your email address. Well, here's the problem: you didn't really solve any problem, right? One of the best ways to sell is that you paint a problem for people, you plant that seed in their head, and they start thinking there's a problem, and then you give them the solution. So you sell them the problem, then you sell them the solution. That's one of the best ways to sell. Is it ethical? Well, you be the judge of that. I'm not talking about ethics. I'm not talking about what's legal. I'm not a lawyer. None of that. I'm just telling you what it is, right? I sell you the problem and I sell you the solution. It's a great way to make money. Okay, a lot of religion actually do that. Nothing against religion because I go to church. Okay, but I want you to, this would take you to have what I'm sharing with you right now. You need analytical thinking. You have to have that's a phrase I'm looking for. It's a level of deep thinking, but another word another phrase I'm looking for. Critical thinking. Critical thinking. You need critical thinking to understand what I'm talking about. But I think you get it. Okay, so the problem they're selling you here is that the problem they're selling you here is that every like you're gonna have all these addresses and you don't have to write it down. Well, here's the thing: there was no problem. The list of all of those properties is already online for less the fraction that you would pay when you had up the brakes, the gas, your time. Remember, at least $10 an hour at minimum. If you're listening to me, chances are your time is worth at least $20 an hour. I mean, just think about your job. How much do you get paid from your job? That's how much each hour is worth. Okay. When you had all of that up, right, there's a good chance, right, that you will pay less when you access all of those properties on the internet, right? Using simple service. There are services for $50, $25, nothing if you go through the city website, right? And you can pull those data and you can now find the contact information right from the city website. Depends on what city you live in and what county you live in, right? And then you can do the same thing you have to do anyway, right? So basically, when you go drive for dollars, you're just making your job a lot more harder. That's what that is. But okay, here's the problem they tell you, but everyone has access to that list. Again, they're selling you a problem. They're selling you a problem so that they can sell you a solution. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, so let's keep going here. I have a live one here. Let's see. Uh 661 in your 661 Rick. In your opinion, what are the top 2 or 3 things, time and resources, that newer investors should focus on? Resources. Time and resources. That the 2 or 3 things they should focus on. It's a very broad question. Okay. That's a very, very broad question. But let me keep thinking about it, and maybe we'll answer that. Okay. You do driving for dollars, drag, lol. Okay, Chico, I love your videos. Watch this. Okay, so I like obviously the negative ones are gonna give us more content. Chico, I love your videos, but I think this was a little clickbaity. Okay, yes, I am cloud chasing today, by the way, too, because I feel like this is gonna be just so the mass is attracted to this strategy for a reason. It's because it won't work. All right, keep that in mind. Okay, most people are attracted to these strategies because it won't work. Just keep that in mind. That's my opinion. Okay, but I think this was a little clickbaity. Most of your viewers are probably newbies. Okay, most of the viewers are newbies. Again, nobody calls you a newbie unless you call yourself a newbie. By the way, if you're going to close a deal, you need to stop calling yourself a newbie. You need to understand you're a professional, because most people that come into this game already have a profession somewhere and they were very good at what they do. Yeah, I understand there's some few 18, 19, 20-year-old kids doing this today, but even those kids are not your normal kids. Most kids are busy playing ball or trying to do something, have fun, go to the club and stuff. But if you're here and you're learning this and you're under 21, you're a special type. And chances are you don't want a situation where you waste your resources as well, too. Okay. So focusing on resource that you need, is that your question? Do you need focuses that you need to use for the business? Because resources are inputs into the business. And if you don't have resources, quote unquote, I'm broke, I'm on a budget, you need to learn the difference between resources and resourcefulness. Okay. Entrepreneurs are resourceful. It's not about having resources. You get creative about coming up with the resources that you need to build a business effectively. Okay, so he goes, newbies and driving for dollars. Okay, most of the viewers are probably newbies, probably again, another hopey word, right? Probably, so they're not sure. Most viewers are newbies. That's the truth. Okay, and driving for dollars is a great low cost. No, it's not. All right, this is the problem. It's a great low cost way to generate leads. Those are not leads. Leads equals to people. Property addresses are not leads. Okay, leads are actual people's contact information. If you have a property address with no contact information attached to it, that's not yet a lead. That's not a lead. That's lead that you could have gotten online again without driving for dollars or wasting your gas. You could have had access to all of that, okay, without investing your own personal time the wrong way, okay? Um, and get to know your backyard. No, that's not the way to get. You can get to know your backyard on a map. And again, this is the time. This is 2019. It's virtual wholesaling. It's not just virtual. Stop saying virtual wholesaling. Wholesaling has to be nationwide. You got to be thinking nationwide. Of course, you should start from your backyard because you may be more familiar with it already. But the way to get familiar with your backyard is not by driving for dollars. It's not. It's not. You should already be familiar with your backyard. That's the reason why you may want to start from your backyard. Maybe you want to take a quick drop. It's you get to leverage. You spoke to someone on the phone, but you can drive there real quick. Yes, that's a added added advantage. But I'm telling you right now, it's 2019. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. All right. So keep in mind the people that understand this game on a scalable level will always win. Just like McDonald's will always win in the burger game. Keep that in mind, okay? No one is teaching that. Everyone is telling you, you just one deal away. That is always true anyway. That's already true. You're one deal away. But that doesn't mean you should now be chasing around the streets for deals because there's no deals on the streets. The deal is in your skills, your marketing skills. That's where the deal is, okay? Let's keep talking here. And to get to know your backyard, then the next best thing to do is cold call. No, that's because it sounds cheap to you. Cold call works because it works, not because it's cheap. Keep that in mind. Cold calling works because it works. It's evergreen. You're actually talking to people, human beings, and those are leads. The properties, like it's not about properties. Remember this game, even if you're an agent, it's not about properties, it's about people. It's about people is the only pillar. All right. Houses is not one of the three pillars, which you will learn about in the book, Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. It's not one of the three pillars. Properties is not. It's value, automation, and people. Those are the three pillars. It's not properties. Properties are nothing without people. A house is not a home without people. Okay? The chairs are not the home. You know that song, right? By Luther Vandross, right? All right. So let's keep going here. Now, all these expensive apps aren't necessary when starting out. Again, the reason why he's saying the apps are not necessary is because he's still thinking cheap, spending money. That's when you tell me, oh, $1,000 is too much to spend on this business in the first month. I'm going to ask you with respect to what? Because people that are professional in this game understand that we count in percentages. We don't count in linear. We don't say, oh, $2 is too much. With respect to what? What do you mean? Relative to what? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, $200,000 for a home is too much. What do you mean? In what neighborhood? What context are we talking about? Right? So again, when somebody says now all these expensive apps aren't necessary when starting out, what do you mean expensive? An app can cost you $800, but it actually solves a real problem. So the problem here is not the apps. Is the question, does it solve a problem? If it doesn't solve a problem, you need to identify that so you don't waste your resources in that direction. Because as much as entrepreneurs, one of my students corrected me one time. I kept saying limited resources, but in context, you only have so much resources, right? But if you're resourceful, you can make that limited resource go so far, and then it becomes unlimited resource. So she said, it's unlimited. We have unlimited resource, and I like the mindset. But again, keep things in context. Okay. All right. So he goes. You can just write the address. Now he's telling you do manual stuff, right? Somebody said you don't have to write any address. He says write address and use something like home snap, which is free. Free is the most expensive way for you to build this business. This business is so lucrative. The worst thing you can do for yourself is go after everything free or have the mindset of free. Okay. I know the top producers in any game, marketing, digital marketing, real estate wholesaling, they don't go after free stuff. They are more concerned about how to turn that $1 to $2. Because how do you turn, if you multiply anything by zero, it becomes zero. Keep that in mind. Anytime you multiply anything with free, there you have it. You have a business, not really, you have a hobby. Okay, keep that in mind. You will get enough stuff for free, but when you just make it a point to run after free all the time, that's the problem. And that's what's attracting people to driving for dollars, because the thing is free. No, you're burning up gas in 1 cent per second, and it adds up to another $20 gas you have to fill. And then you thought you were doing it for free. You got to keep that in mind. I got to tell you the truth. I have to tell you the truth, okay? At least my truth. Hopefully, it resonates with you. All right. Of course, I should get a bigger marketing budget. Here's the comeback. As you get a bigger marketing budget, you don't need to do things that take up more time. No, you should start understanding the value of time now. If you don't understand the value of time right now, you will never make money. That's a fact. Okay? The only way you make money if you don't understand the value of time is when you got lucky. And unfortunately, that's not predictable. You cannot repeat it. It's not consistent. Like Chico said, it's temporary. It's a miracle. And they call it miracles because they don't happen again. Keep that in mind. You're trying to build a real business here. Just keep in mind. So you have to take this a little bit more seriously. Okay. So marketing budget, you don't need to do anything that take up your time, but there are people out there that have skilled driving for dollars. That's not driving for dollars. Okay, you have to use the word enterprise. Okay, they're not driving for dollars. Those are bird dogs. That has always been a strategy in this business. Nothing new about that. Okay, people find deals. They're not your employees. They send it to you. They make a little bit of something dollars. They're not competing with you. They're not trying to be a wholesaler. They don't care about wholesaling. They don't have to learn the game of marketing or real estate investing. They don't have to learn what title work is. They don't have to learn how to do the transaction. They're like CPAs in the digital marketing world. They send you a lead, and then you do whatever you want to do. When you do make money from it, send me something. Or if you can send me $1 for every lead, that's not driving for dollars. That's not driving for dollars. If you're doing driving for dollars, deal machine enterprise, I am not talking to you today. Okay, just keep in mind that you're spending money, because that enterprise account is going to cost you some money. Okay, it's not about the money you spend on the app. It's about your time, the most valuable asset that you have, not your home, your time. Okay, it's about spending that resource in the wrong direction. This game is about freedom. You need to start thinking that way now, not after you close your first deal, because you may never close a first deal. There's a very extremely high chance, everything else being equal, still there's an extreme high chance that you will never close a first deal, even if you're driving for dollars consistently. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, now if you like luck or hope as a marketing strategy, if you're attracted to that, maybe you're going to become one of the testimonials on the Duru's channel. Sure. Okay, just keep in mind, anytime you're attracted to something because it's free and easy to do, just keep in mind that many people are doing it. The problem is that you can't even count them. Okay, that's even more of a problem. All right, but keep up driving for dollars as well as by using other people's technology. Okay, so driving for dollars sound like another MLM to me, and people that will fall in love with it will fall in love with it, and they will justify until they die, until the business die. So until the business dies, right? All right, so somebody here says, I do not agree. Driving for dollars is mostly the properties that aren't on list. What I tell you, somebody thought that the properties they find when they're driving for dollars is not on a list somewhere. How is that for a daydreamer? Okay, that's daydreaming. All right, any house you write down on the street is on every list you can think about. Okay, if it's worth anything, it's already on a list. And that should not be your reason to drive for dollars. Don't ever think that the property you wrote down the address that is not on any list anywhere. Says who? Are you going to get to that being on a vacant list faster than the USPS, the post office? The vacant list is available everywhere, right? Who's detecting the vacant houses every day? Can you do that faster than USPS, or USPS already has a system in place to detect the vacant houses on the blocks, the ones that nobody is in there and nobody cares about the property? Can you collect those properties in thousands right now in this moment? Can you do that same thing driving for dollars, right? Oh yeah, because of that, one out of every 200 will become a deal. That's a lie. That's a lie from the pits of hell, and you should never believe that because no one is counting that. By the way, tell them to show you the data. Unless you just want, again, unless you just want to make this a hobby. Okay, if you want to build this as a real business, it's not true. It's not one out of 200. There's no way that is possible. If it was, I would switch right now and I would do it. Not only that, he will be so free. He can show me right now. I can see the real time as the deals are coming in, and then he can sell it to us for $20,000 because we will buy. Because one out of every 200 houses, and you selling me the app for $20,000, I'm buying right now. But of course not. It's not. Okay, it's not true. All right. And by the way, the more people are buying the app, whatever that number is, that mysterious number is, it's gonna go lower and lower. Okay. So if somebody says, oh no, somebody drove for dollars after 400 deals, we close three. Let's see about the next 400. Okay. Some of this sometimes it feels like it's common sense because I've marketed for so long to millions of impressions, literally in marketing, that I know some things just doesn't make any sense. But I'm here to tell you, based on my experience, don't waste your time, your money, if it doesn't make sense to you already as well right now. Okay. So the person says those properties aren't on list and maybe even pre-vacant. They coined a term. What is pre-vacant? Oh, they're about to be vacant, I guess, or just vacant, etc. Driving in drag, Chico. Are you trying to use boosting this video as an excuse to dress in drag clothes? Oh, he wants to be funny. No, and every time there's a video that's basically saying, hey, rethink that driving for dollars thing, it's not exactly a strategy, okay? Unless you're doing it at an enterprise skilled level, it's not a strategy, right? Anytime there's always that one or two guys who comes there and say, "Oh, I'll close my first deal there," right? Or you're lying, stop BSing. I know a kid yesterday who closed. There's always somebody who does that. That's okay. Like I said, every marketing strategy actually works. The question is that the most effective way for you to really, even if you're the brokest human being on this earth, if you're so broke and you don't understand the value of your time, is that the best way for you to invest your resources in this game? I'm saying no, it's not. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, there are many other strategies out there. Even door knocking is better than driving for dollars. And I'm saying that because I'm hoping that you would have done your research and you want to go knock on a specific door. You try to find the phone number, but you're like, let me knock on this guy's door because I can't find the phone number. It looks like it may be a deal. You're going to a particular property. You're going for an aim. You're not just driving around town aimlessly, as Chico said. Okay. So let's just keep that in mind. So another person says, I hate driving for dollars also. It's so time consuming. Not too many people are telling the truth because the guru, again, they sell you a problem, they sell you a solution, right? They'll tell you, well, if you drove for 2 days and you quit and it doesn't work, we kind of know that. That's also equals to every other strategy, right? You can't just do for 2 days and quit. But there's some things that you don't have to try before you know that it doesn't work. You don't have to jump off a rooftop before you know that you may die if you do that. Right? There's some things like that, right? And I'm not saying they're common sense because I don't like the idea of common sense. Some things are just not common sense. Depends on where you're coming from and your background. Okay, it's so time consuming and you waste a lot of money on gas and wear out your car. I've tried it for years, okay, and haven't had much luck with it. Again, luck. You're looking for luck in the wrong place. You might as well just say, this is luck. I already know I may never make money ever. We cannot say the same thing about direct mailing. We cannot say the same thing about Facebook marketing. We cannot say the same thing about cold calling. We know for a fact that if you never quit, right, 1 year or less from now, you will close a deal from those strategies. You cannot say the same thing about driving for dollars. We can't. Never mind the one out of 200 properties. Never mind that, okay? We can't say the same thing. Oh, it's the easiest way to get a deal. No, it's not easy. You ever driven in a car and aimlessly and not know where you're going for just 30 minutes with hopes up? It's the worst feeling in the world. Okay, it's the worst feeling in the world for me, at least. Okay. Now, do I drive for dollars? Here's the question. When I the first course I took back in December 2004 on real estate investing, that was 2004. That course mentioned writing down addresses of for sale by owners. And till today, if I seal for sale by owner or even for rent by owner, I take down the address. Naturally, it's just a part of who I am. That's how I started, right? And I will take it down while I'm about my way, while I'm about to go somewhere, other things. I have a aim, I'm going somewhere else. But naturally, I see something that seems interesting, even if it's an overgrown weed or a bad roof or something. I will still take down the address. I still do that. But I don't just leave my house because I want to go drive for dollars. There's so many other things I could do with my time, like pulling up data, like going through data, like skip tracing, like reaching out to follow up more people that I've spoken to in the past. There's so much more valuable things I could be doing with my time in a more effective way. And that's the same thing I'm suggesting to you. And you have to go through a lot of data to close deals in this business. Never mind what anybody try to tell you. I don't care what strategy it is. You have to go through a lot of houses to close deals. So you have to be thinking of leverage, how to get to the most houses in any given minute, not spending 100 minutes looking at the same one house. Okay? That's the worst strategy ever in the world where we're obsessed with technology, with making things happen faster, with doing things faster, easier, right? Simpler. We're obsessed with technology, and then somebody's selling you to do things manually because they claim that's where nobody is. No, remember, they're selling you because they are selling you the idea that is free. That's really what they're telling you. They're selling you the idea that is free, and then they're giving you an app for $100. And then worst case scenario, you sign up, you pay 3 months, and then you finally quit, or your credit card declines, and then you quit anyway, right? But they just made $300 from you, and they're recruiting more people into the app. That's just what they do. That's the business. I'm not knocking them. The app is useful for many other things. If you are buoyant enough and you're already closing deals and you just want to have the app, $97 cost you nothing. In case you see something, you can take the picture. And instead of you forgetting when you get back to the office, you can tap something and mail a quick postcard to somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. That app can be very useful in that sense. But the idea of leaving your house to drive for dollars, please don't do it again. For all day long, I will always tell you that's wrong because you're wasting resources and it's ungodly. Okay. So he says, I've tried it for years and haven't had much luck with it. Also, just because someone owns a vacant, beat up house, exactly, doesn't mean they're motivated. What we're looking for are motivated sellers. People, we're not looking for houses in this game. You want to close deals? Look for motivated sellers. That's your focus, not houses. There are so many houses that are in foreclosure and vacant already that they're not willing to sell because they're not motivated. Some people will lose the house before they become motivated. Or some people will say, screw the bank. I don't care about losing the house. And they don't want to talk to you because you're just like the bank. You're trying to pray over them, right? What we're looking for are motivated sellers. Okay? All right. Most of them are completely unmotivated. So most homeowners are unmotivated. Most. That's why you need data. You need to approach this business from a standpoint of mass marketing, mass data, because no one is winning in any kind of business without doing that. The gurus that are selling you this app are going from stop to stop. They're going to every interviews, right? Because what? Because they're marketing in mass. But then they tell you to drive around for dollars looking for that one human being for the next 2 weeks because your hopes are up and you think that's going to be a deal. The chances that any single house in any from any marketing strategy will become a deal is almost slim to none. Not almost none, but it's worse for driving for dollars, right? My point is that most homeowners don't want to sell at a motivated seller. But the idea here that I'm trying to sell you is that because of that same reason, you need to understand that this is a data game. There's a chapter on this book on data collection, chapter 3, right? This is a date. You gotta build this business like you're a real business professional. You're not just some randoms off the street trying to build a business. Stop acting like a random off the street trying to get a quick dollar. Stop doing that, because the guru that's selling you that is not doing that. What they're doing is they're creating YouTube channel with a lot of people watching those YouTube channel, and they're selling them a lot of stuff, and they're feeding their family. So use your God-given senses. This is not common sense talk. I'm just saying, use them, because sometimes we can all be in a trance. If somebody's trying to sell us something, they know how to tap into our mindset, into our psyche, because we really want the result. They sell you the result, they sell you a problem, then they give you a solution, but then the real result you're going to get is nothing. All right. And because no problem was actually solved. Okay. All right. And somebody says unsubscribed. I don't know why people that unsubscribe from channel feel like they're hurting anybody. I don't get it, especially when the people you're talking to are professional marketers. It's kind of like you gotta when you come at this. When you come at if you're dealing with someone like me or Chico, or even what you call it, this guy who pushes driving for dollars a lot, Max Maxwell, you will lose all day long, because these guys are professional marketers. You will always lose because they're professional marketers. Don't waste your time trying to come at them or trying to hurt them or anything like that. I want you to come to the game and say, this guy is speaking more sense on what's going to make this game work. I'm going to follow him. If you don't want to follow, that's okay. Just keep it moving. There's no need to announce yourself. It's a waste of time, because it's basically the same spirit that attracted you to drive for dollars that you're bringing, and you're now saying unsubscribed. Oh, well. All right, so somebody said drive for dollars, D4 $ list is the most unique list. That house just fell out of heaven yesterday. No one has ever seen that house ever before until you drove for dollars. I'm being sarcastic, of course, right? Unique list you can obtain. How many people will have the exact same drive for dollars, D4 $? They coin all this again, all these phrases. Little least, less competition. Really? How many people have bought the app in recent times in your neighborhood? Okay, maybe not that many people, but that house is on everybody's list. Keep that in mind. The idea, are you marketing effectively to reach that person in a timely manner? Are you marketing to a lot more people so you can have a better chance of getting to your deal faster? Do you understand the statistics and the probability game in this game? Or you're thinking like that next house you found is going to be a deal? Chances are, no, it's not going to be a deal. And that's where you're making a mistake. Unlike buying a list, which is what all business owners do, okay, or pulling a county list, which is what all business, real people that are making money do, including the gurus that are selling you the apps, right? True. Just because you find a vacant house driving for dollars doesn't mean they're motivated. But how many Facebook leads want retail or complete lead form and never respond? That's true for all marketing strategies. Okay. So it's worse for driving for dollars. That's the point. All right. So as a matter of 1 out of every 10 will be motivated. That's true for all all marketing strategies. But it's worse for strategies that we kind of already know is a waste of your most valuable resource, time. Okay. But how many? Okay, would that be considered a waste of money? No, because you can count, you can see data, you can analyze, you can see where your ads are showing and it's not generating response, and you can shut it down and you can scale up the winners. You can kill the losers and scale up the winners. You cannot do that in driving for dollars. Okay. You don't even know what street you drove. Yeah, the app said, they track all the streets you've ever driven before. You know what I say? I call BS. Okay. That's a good problem to sell you so they can sell you a solution. It's not a real problem. Okay. Um, I think so. Would that be considered? No, it's not waste of dollar. Marketing and the money you spend on testing in a real marketing strategy like direct response or Facebook marketing, PPC, the money you spend there is you're collecting data. Data is the most valuable thing right now in business. Okay. When you get a chance, once you're done with this video, go Google data analysis, data analytics, data science, the GPS, everything you're using, right? Go Google it. It's a big industry and it's basically in its infancy because, oh my God, where technology is going, it all depends on what? Data. Okay. Your GPS works on data. Your GPS is able to tell you that there are police in this corner because it's collecting data from the users. All right. And guess what you're doing when you're marketing with real marketing strategies that's designed for 2019. You're collecting data. So no, it's not wasting of money. So any marketing strategy where you're not collecting data, essentially you can't track yourself, right? You can't track your progress, right? That is called a loser strategy, okay? And I really wanted to be political correct, but I have to give you straight, okay? Especially if there are so many gurus on the comment areas making comments about this without having any experience of results, we got to really address this, okay? Let's see. Would that be okay? I think so. Dime for dollars allows me to just get out. Again, you have nothing else to do. You have no value. If you have no value to give to the world, you're not going to make money. That's just fact of life. That's just the way it works. That's why the first pillar is value, right? You have nothing else you could do with your time than just to get out randomly. You're not about to go spend time with family at the park or anything. You're just about to drive around town and waste money, right? All right. So again, people are justifying something they already believe in because they are hoping that they will get results, just like the few testimonials that are out there. Okay. All right. There are a lot more people driving. There are a lot more people driving and Instagramming their story than making money in the business. Keep that in mind. Okay. Keep that in mind. Let's see. I think so. That get out, check out a neighborhood I've never been to, and learn my farm area. Well, the only thing, another thing that's limited, this time is limited. Another thing that's limited in life is real estate. There's only so many places you're going to drive around. Okay, so you're getting to know all of this neighborhood. You're driving, I guess, further away. Eventually, you get tired. You run out of it. Guess what? You can't run out of. You can't run out of data. You can't. Okay, you can't run out of data. It's unlimited, literally. Even though the houses, the homes are limited, right? Which is why, again, driving for dollars, comparing driving for dollars to any other marketing strategy is really, really, really very, 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 very amateurish. Okay, here's why. Let me explain this to you. Data about the homes, and especially the owners of those homes, are unlimited, and basically, you will never run out of data about real estate, but you will run out of property addresses and neighborhoods to drive through. You're limited. You're very limited. Plus, you're burning up resources that you're not tracking. Oh, yeah, no, you're tracking it on your app. You're writing it off in taxes. Really, really? Is that your goal? Is your goal to save money on taxes or to make money? Of course, we all want to save taxes, and saving taxes means make money. Reverse, right? I get it. But really, your goal is to save taxes on money you're not making. Let's rethink this. Let's keep rethinking this, okay? Um, I buy and hold, so it's good to see what's going on. How many have you bought and hold? I doubt it. All right, but let's not worry about that. Maybe, possibly, you actually did. Hey, Chico, driving around making these YouTube videos is wear and tear on your car. No, the videos are going to generate views and bring you more money. See again, oh Lord, I need to help more people. All right. So the only people that are driving for dollars and making money are the people using the camera to follow themselves and to show you to go buy the app so that they can make commissions on the app. And on top of that, when you do have that one out of 10,000 chances and you send them a property that actually becomes a deal, you joint venture with them, they still close deals. Those are the only people making money. Okay. So creating a YouTube video or content ever that will help other people is never wasting of money or time. Ever. Because this is time that I'm investing that will continue to work for me for a long time. Now, here's what's going to be a waste of time. Leaving comments, okay? Acting like a guru in the comment area and teaching stuff you've never had any results in. Meaningful results, I mean, right? That's be a waste of energy, okay? But honestly, all in all, it's okay. We all waste energy here and there. Sometimes oh, why did I waste my time going to that event? That happens sometimes. That's okay too. All right, so just saying, I do agree the big dogs aren't driving for dollars, but you can bet they are probably paying someone. Paying someone to drive for dollars is not the same thing as driving for dollars. I mean, that's basic. That's basic, right? That's basic right there. You should ask them, if every 200 houses you collect, you close a deal, why not just drive for dollars? Right? That's more peace of mind. You're just driving around the neighborhood, get to know your neighborhood, right? No, it's because they understand scalability. You cannot scale it. And if you know something is not scalable, don't even do it. Don't even do it. As an entrepreneur, if something is not scalable, don't say, hey, I just want to get to my first deal. After your first deal, what are you going to do? You're going to do the same thing over and wait for another year before you close the deal? No, that's not scalable. Don't do it now. There are other resources that you have access to, or you can create access to, that you can leverage your time and make your time work for you, because your time is already worth at least the minimum wage in your state. That's a fact, right? I do agree. Even when I talk to homeowners, someone that says, "Oh, don't you want to see the house?" No, I don't want to see your house. I see more than enough information about your house in order to make an offer. And you may say, "Oh, yeah, you're losing out on deal." No, that's because you don't understand scaling. You don't understand that I get a lot more deals faster than chasing that one person around. I could get to the house and still won't sign my contract. Do you understand that? Because they were not motivated. If they're motivated, they don't care. They will run down with foot, right, on their foot from 20 miles away to come give you a contract so you can take that house away from them. That's a motivated seller. Does that come every day? No, it doesn't. That's why you go after large data. That's why you build this business like a real business. And yes, you can learn it. Okay. If you learn how to use a smartphone, you can learn what I'm talking about right now. All right. So let's keep going. I actually liked some of these longer ones. I said now, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Uh is where just saying I do agree the big dogs aren't driving for dollars. If you agree with that, don't argue again. Stop arguing with something that's just obvious. There's a reason why the top producers, all the gurus, all the gurus are not driving for dollars. There's a reason for that. Starting from day one, yes, before you close your first deal, you must feel like you're already closing deal. It's a mental state of mind. Deals are mental state of mind that will become reality. If you don't feel that way that you're closing deals already, you're probably going to struggle. So you need to be putting the right input of resources to the game so you can have some momentum and feel like you're already closing deals, because you can see results like that. When you're using the right marketing strategies, you can see your data, you can see your progress. The problem is that with driving for dollars, you can't. They'll just tell you how many driving you've done. I guess the app can show you some stuff, I guess, right? But it's a waste of resource. You can have the same activity, rechanneling your resource in the right direction. Okay. I think so. Driving for dollars, okay, I do agree. You don't stop strategies, you pass them off with growth. See, again, somebody who is speaking the lingos, you pass them off with growth. So if a driving for dollars work for you, don't stop it. Just have other people do it. No, no, no. Start having other people do it from day one. Okay. You're attracted to drive for dollars. You really feel like it will work for you on a scale. You want to hire other people to do it, and just do that. Okay, then you're just driving for dollars on enterprise level. You're paying them $300, $400 to use their app, right? And it's working for you. And it will work for you in that way, because out of every 30 people that join your team to drive for dollars, you can expect that only two will be left driving for dollars after any given week, right? But that two will become another four next week, another six next week, and you can scale that way and you will close deals. In that sense, that's basically scaling. That's not investing your time into strategies that doesn't work. All right. Good stuff, but I disagree. That's okay. All right. So here's the moral of the story here, guys. Here's the moral of the story. Um, let's see here. The moral of the story is this: don't drive for dollars. Don't do it. Okay. That's the verdict. Okay. And I'm saying it boldly. Okay. Yes, write down addresses as you're going about your way. You see a house that seems like it may fit the criteria of a house that somebody doesn't want. Yes, write that down along with your mass marketing activities. Okay. Mass marketing activities is simple. It's actually easier and it's cheaper than anything you do manually, because your time is worth that much. Okay. So anytime you evaluate or value any kind of resource and you don't understand the time value in it, it will burn you in business. Okay. So I would hear things like this. People would say, oh yeah, you're spending $2 every day for the next 1 year. How much is that? That's like $700, right? No, it is not $700. That's still $2. That's not $700 in one day. The value of $700 in one day is different from the value of $700 total after 1 year. You understand the time value I'm talking about right now? If you buy a property and it's on a 30 years amortization, right? And the bank makes $1.5 million from your $500,000 home in 30 years, I don't know if the math is correct, but if they made them, it's still not $1.5 million. They still made money. They made cash flow. That cash flow that they're making from all of these people paying their mortgages is worth more than $1.5 million. That's number one. Number two, no, that's not the same thing as $1.5 million when you factor in that there's 30 years in between that. Time is worth more than money already. So you must factor that in when you're applying any kind of strategies. We're going to invest time anyway. We are. Even when you're setting up your power dollar or you're setting up your automatic or direct mailing system, you're setting up any system that will cost time. But a lot of those is one time investment of time that will turn to money over and over for you. That's why YouTube, it's a great way to market a brand, right? Because you do it one time, it sits up there for forever, literally for as long as YouTube lasts. Okay, that's why people do them, right? But anytime you invest that doesn't generate results right now, and you do that over and over and over again, is the worst way to be an entrepreneur. If in fact you're trying to be an entrepreneur, if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you want to continue to have the mindset of justifying what the gurus already preached to you, as opposed to, hey, going to the school of business yourself and saying, hey, what is my time worth? Even real estate by itself, understand the value of time. That's why there are mortgages. That's why the hard money lenders say, no, 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 we don't get into the 30-year mortgage rule. We just want to invest money. We should invest in the development deal or the construction or construction loans and stuff. But we just want to make interest only. We can collect all our money together. We're short term. There's a difference between short term investment, mid term investment, and long term investment. Okay, you may say it's a stepping stone, but I think your time value, the value of your time, if you're legal and you can work and you can make minimum wage in your state, is worth a lot more than driving for dollars. Find a job as a stepping stone so you can invest the right money in the right marketing strategies that you can scale. Learn how to do that. Okay, even if you don't want to invest in your education, you will invest time, which will take you longer to learn what you need to learn, but that's okay. It's still a strategy, but you will have to invest in marketing if you plan on doing great in this game, if you plan on building this business at scale. They're talking about people, the sellers of this app are talking about, hey, buy the enterprise level, $300. You have other people drive for you. We're going to give you a landing page. Advertise the landing page on Facebook so that people, when they join, they want to drive for dollars and send you money, and just keep doing that, and you're going to get deals. Now we're talking. We're talking scalability. That's not driving for dollars. That's called leverage. That's the same thing that Bill Gates does when he has 100,000 employees working 8 hours a day. How much hours is giving him money per day? 8 times 100,000, 800,000 hours. Pay him every day. That's leverage. Please stop justifying driving for dollars. Stop it. Okay. At the very minimum, say, hey, I see where you're coming from. It's just I'm so broke. I don't even have a cash, but I do have my car. I'm just gonna see what happens in 1 month. They see we're on the same page in that sense. Okay, I'm just gonna see what happens in 1 year from now. Okay, I do still think you have a very low chance that you will close the deal ever, but there's still a chance. I am acknowledging, I'm agreeing that there's a chance, but we don't want to build this business on luck and hope. That's not what we're trying to do in this business. Okay, we don't want this. It's the worst strategy. It's not a marketing strategy. Hope and luck are not marketing strategies. Marketing strategies must be predictable. You must be able to collect data that you can analyze. Okay, okay. So you may say the app does that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because it's not predictable. It just doesn't do that. Okay, unless you're doing it at an enterprise level. There's also something called enough data, enough samples. So if you understand anything about statistics, right, you must have enough samples in order to make something truth or closer to truth, right? You have to have enough samples. That's why you see, when you see polls on CNN, they have to have at least 1,000 people to give them their opinion. And they say, hey, according to this poll that we run, 1,000 people poll, we think that Obama is going to beat Trump on the next election, right? They say something like that. They collect enough samples in order to make such statements, but they're telling you, they have to disclose to you that that's 1,000 people on that poll, right? So you need enough samples. That's why you must not be in the business where you have problem with data. We're collecting data anyway. Like right now, after 3 months, this video is going to show me how many people watched it, how long people watched it for, if in fact it was an interesting topic, if in fact there are too many people that are obsessed with driving for dollars, knowing it's not going to work for them. I kind of know that already. All right. And yeah, to be frank, I think that topic is hot right now because they're marketing everywhere. Remember, they're marketing everywhere. They go from show to show to YouTube channel, from town to town. They're marketing it. They're mass marketing, telling you that you don't have to mass market because you're a newbie, because you're broke. They remind you that you're broke. Well, if all you're carrying around is that you're broke and you're on a low budget, you will never make money in this game. Okay? Start thinking, I am resourceful. I need $1,000. How long can I get to $1,000? I don't have it right now, but let me set a goal. Let me write this down. Let me write 5 different ways I can come up with $1,000 in 1 month. All right, like that. Those kind of conversations are the conversations that entrepreneurs have. Yes, starting from day one. Not so stop separating yourself. I'm a newbie, so I gotta start. No, you're not a newbie. Okay, this game will not pay newbies. I guarantee you. Okay, this game will pay people that educate themselves. This game will pay people that are actively doing the business in a consistent manner. But consistency is one of the hardest things for human beings to do. So you can assume that you're going to be consistent. If you apply yourself to strategies that that doesn't position yourself for consistency, you will have ultimatum for failure, basically. Okay, there's some strategies that when you do it a little bit, it doesn't feel good, you're just gonna quit because you positioned yourself where it's impossible for you to be consistent. There are some other strategies that it's easy to be consistent. Let me tell you something. If you have $20,000 to spend on direct mailing right now, and you have all $20,000 and that's all you have, you will still fail. Wait, what are you talking about? All that's money. No, that's the point. You see, I needed to drive this point home. Okay. And this is how I'm going to drive it home. Okay. If you have $20,000 and you come to me and you say, Ola, I have $20,000 to market, where do you want me to put it? Maybe that was the question that Rick is asking. What are the top 2 or 3 resources that new investors should focus on? Right. If you, I don't know, maybe that's what it is. What if you have $20,000 and you're like, Ola, let's put this $20,000 somewhere. I need to make $50,000 in 3 months. I'm going to tell you something. You need to go save your money, put them away somewhere because the guru is ready to take that money away from you any minute. All right. They're just going to tell you, oh, we're doing a shared marketing something somewhere. You're going to gamble. Nothing will happen. Why? Because you're investing that resource. It's not about the money. It's about your resource, starting with your time in a place where you can't even track your progress. You're looking for a casino. This is a real business. This is not a casino. You have to understand that your growth, it's going to be gradual. You may get lucky and close your first deal in your first week. Well, you just got set up for failure because the next deal may not come for another 4, 5, 6 months. And then you're going to start questioning yourself, right? Because your expectations was off, right? This is a real business. You got to have a pipeline that will build on top of each other, right? And eventually, 3 years from now, they're going to say it's an overnight success. No, they were not there when you were really hustling and it was feel slow, right? But you kept going. But then it's easier to keep going when you can see data. You can see that, hey, I spoke to 3 people yesterday. I put out 5 offers yesterday. I put out only 2 offers yesterday. Yesterday was slow. Maybe I could do better tomorrow, right? Like that kind of conversation, right? You can measure the input of your resources, get excited about that. That will become like feel like a game that keeps you in the business long run because you're doing it from the comfort of your home. There is absolutely no reason to ever have to get out of your home to build a wholesaling business. Even when it comes to closing deals, they can send you a check at home. Okay, this is a virtual business. I don't care if you're doing it in your backyard in your state. This is a virtual business, and you don't have to get out of your home if you choose not to get out of your home. But once you start thinking, I must get out, right? Outside of networking, of course, anything people will be beneficial because relationships is worth that much to you. Okay, but I'm talking about anything where you think that the more you manual work you do, the more you're gonna make money. you're set up for failure. Okay, you cannot outdo yourself. You can only do so much. You're one human being. You can only do so much. So you got to set yourself up in a position where you have a better chance of winning. Have inputs. This is marketing. You got to have inputs. You input money or you input time, right? Yes, you will input time. I just don't think you need to input your car or your time on the streets driving for dollars. Talking to houses. Houses is not one of the pillars. It's people, traffic of human beings. That's what marketing is about. This game is about marketing. That's what I have. That's really what I have, and I hope that it was useful for you. Not so you can take my word. I give you my word, of course, my opinion, but also so you can think things through. This video is much more about driving for dollars. It's about resource management. It's about learning how to scale your business, learning how to manage the resources you have, learning how to reinvest your resources back into business for scaling, and learning that you are already a guru or duru, whatever you want to call yourself. You're already at that level. Stop calling yourself a newbie. Everyone is still learning something new. You're learning as you go. For every new type of deal you do, you're learning something new. Everyone is still new. Okay. Tonight, I'm going to be hanging out here in Panera Bread in Woodbridge, New Jersey, uh, with a few people, just talking and talking about this. We're still learning from each other. So because you're still learning is does not equate to newbie. Newbies are like that's a good excuse for me to tell myself I'm broke and I can't build this business a proper way. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're brand new here and you enjoyed this session, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully, give it a thumbs up. If you have any experience with driving for dollars and it's negative, even if it's just 2 days, it felt horrible. You hated every second of driving. Please share in the comment box below. I want to hear about it. Other people need to hear about it. And yes, business entrepreneurship is not easy, but it's simple, especially if you're following the right education. Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. If you want this book, audio book for free, if you become a if you want to become if you have a trial account with Audible, and you can get it together with this one as a bonus as well too. Under $10 you have access to all of this instantly. Okay, Real Estate Money Secret, Smart Real Estate Wholesaling. All right, and thank you for the 4 thumbs up. Give me more thumbs up on this video. I think more people need to watch this video. Give me more thumbs up. Okay, share this video with people. If you will to, if you take this video, go share the link on Cris Chico's video. That would be nice because it's actually a reaction to his video. I thought it was a funny but very truthful video. And I think the gurus that are selling you the app are just selling you for the sake of selling you the app. They are making money. Anytime they give you a discount code to go use the discount code, they're making money from selling you the app. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, let's tell the full truth to the people that need to hear the truth. All right. And hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Rick says, good talk. Thanks for discussion and sharing your thoughts. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. And if you're coming out to hang out with me in Woodbridge, New Jersey tonight, I'll see you tonight. Talk soon.